Start with breaking news on the economy. Ed's here. Morning.
We've just had the latest revision to GDP numbers come through.
Yep.
And there's been no revision.
Oh.
So some people thought maybe we might, you know, the Office of National Statistics might change their view of how fast the economy was growing, or rather shrinking, because remember, the last two numbers were negative. That meant that we were in recession. A lot of people thought maybe we might officially be out of recession today. I'm afraid to say we're not. It's still unrevised, so the economy...
But only by a smidgen?
It's only... Well, it was only ever by a smidgen. This is probably going to be one of the shallowest recessions we've ever seen. In fact, you know, when we use the R word, we usually associate it with high unemployment, a really kind of big fall in gross domestic product, which is just total national income. In this case, unemployment's still relatively low. National income has gone down a bit. None of this changes the fact that the overall picture is pretty bleak, especially for a lot of people. We've been flatlining for a long time. But what these numbers show is we're still technically in recession. But I think, Kay, there's still a chance that in future, when more numbers come in, that there was a tiny fall of 0.1. It was actually 0.12% in the third quarter of last year. That was followed by a 0.3% fall, which is a little bit bigger. We're probably going to grow this quarter. I think that 0.1 might be revised away at some point, because historically, those first numbers that we get through, they're always a bit more pessimistic than the eventual numbers.
And is there margin for error?
Yeah, I mean, every single time, OK, they base the first set of data on a few surveys, and then you get more data coming in, and then you get the tax returns from people coming in, and gradually you build up this picture of how well or otherwise the economy is doing. And as that picture kind of builds, historically, typically the UK has turned out to have been more pessimistic to start with. I don't know if it's just something in the water here, but we're more pessimistic to start with, and then gradually kind of get a little bit more optimistic as the numbers come in, or more realistic as the numbers come in. But as I say, so far, you know, we get a bit more data today. It's unchanged, so we're still formally in recession. As I say, most economists think that we're going to be coming out of recession basically round about now. This is not to say we're still not doing that great right now, because we're not doing that great. And I'll be talking to the Chancellor a bit later on behalf of the broadcasters to get his sense of these numbers, but also there's quite a lot of other news going on as well.